We got 5 gaming mouse for around 50 bucks. Any items will be in the description down below. Let's rock. I'm Real Gion and welcome to the channel. One of the things I have to admit about Razer is that they make pretty good gaming mouse, and this one should not be an exception. One of the marketing features is the drag-free cord, so they claim that we don't need a bungee when using the mouse. This is something that I'm very curious about, and I would kind of like to find out for myself. Hint hint, maybe upcoming video. Anyways, the sensor is set for 8500 DPI, which seems pretty insane, but I don't think we would need the DPI to be that high, but then again, I guess it's a nice feature to have. Maybe you can show off to your friends and brag about who has the highest DPI. From the description, it's said to be 10% smaller. So the thing is that I don't really know how big the normal Viper is. So this is said to be smaller than that. From people with bigger hands, I think you might not like this. For people with smaller hands, this might be the droid you're looking for. The mouse does have RGB, which is nice, and you can set the color to match your setup. This is one of those honeycomb style mouse where the main marketing tactic is to sell you a lighter mouse. I don't know how much weight savings are when you punch out the plastic pieces. My guess is that it's probably not so much to notice a difference. Honestly, this is for the sake of style, and if you like the style, then this is a good change, and I can see you liking this mouse. If you like the color black, then you can save yourself an extra 10 bucks. Personally, I like the color blue, so I wouldn't mind paying an extra 10 bucks for the paint color. Besides that, the mouse are relatively the same. I don't see the description of the mouse changing when the color change. From the picture, it looks like the mouse comes with a carbon fiber sticker. So I think that looks pretty cool, especially with the black. You can have a very stealth look. The mouse is also RGB, so I think the scroll wheel is the only thing that you can change the color though. The mouse has a 12,000 CPI, so you can brag with your friends about that as well. This is a very popular choice when it comes to a gaming mouse at this budget. It's a popular choice for good reason. You get a 16,000 DPI and that's a huge number, show off with your friends. There's also 11 buttons for macros, and I'm hoping that they don't count the clickers, because if they do, then it's 9 buttons. The clickers are mechanical switches, so in theory the mouse should last longer than other mice. One of the things that I like about this mouse is that you can move the scroll wheel left and right, and it acts as macro buttons. You also get a sniper button similar to Corsair mouse. I used to have this mouse and overall it feels great. The mouse feels very premium. It feels like there's more metal parts than plastic parts. The mouse is also RGB. That's a nice feature to match with your setup. In terms of RGB, there's very little space, so you get that glowing G. And I don't remember if the LED lights are RGB or not. If you have bigger hands, this mouse is actually not that bad. I remember using it. It feels pretty good for me. I would have kept the mouse, but the cable started to break and the mouse stopped working properly. I don't know why it happens or what happened to it. I use the mouse regularly for work and games, and in my defense, my current daily Corsair Glaive that I have been using for years didn't have that issue with the cable, so it could just be me and my bad luck. This is also a honeycomb style mouse with a 16,000 DPI, so that's also a pretty big number. The Switch is rated for 20 million, and the nice thing about this mouse is that it's ambidextrous design, so if you happen to be left-handed, the mouse will work for you. But the interesting thing about this mouse is that I only see the buttons on one side, like the side buttons. This is weird because there should be buttons on both sides. The description is Ultra Weave Cable for superior responsiveness and reliability. Honestly, I think this is marketing jargon. The cable is 1.8 meters, which is about 6 feet, so I think it's pretty standard in terms of length. The mouse isn't RGB. You have 5 colors: blue, orange, yellow, green, and purple. I think this is fine, but I think RGB would have been better considering how large the area for lights are. This looks like a large mouse at 105 grams for people that like to palm grip or have bigger hands. If my glaive ever breaks, knock on wood, I think this would be my new daily driver. Back then, I have the Mionix Nios. I'll put a link down below for that one as well. I really like that mouse, but it just got old and I want to try something new. Long story short, the Iron Claw looks kind of like the Nios, and I'm curious to find out if this is something that's right for me. There are two lighting zones, the scroll wheel and the logo, which your hand will most likely block it once you hold the mouse. The sensor is 18,000 DPI. This is a really big number for you to show off. There are 7 programmable switches, and I'm hoping they don't count the clickers. If they do, then it's 5. Overall, I really dig this mouse, and maybe I might do a video series on it. So, what do you guys think about the list? You like it? You hate it? Let me know in the comments down below if you planning on buying any of them. Click subscribe, thumbs up, the bell for more content. You guys stay awesome.